Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Chris's Collectible Corner, and for those of you who are new, thank you for coming through to tune in for this review. Today we're looking at the S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball GT Pan. This was a premium Bandai exclusive, which is now sold out. But before we get into the figure itself, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. It really helps and I appreciate the support. Now, looking at the packaging, it's the standard S.H.Figuarts packaging, but 3/4 of the size of the regular packaging. And if you saw my other reviews when I was talking about the Daima figures, I feel this is the size of packaging they should have went for with those figures. It takes up less space and is more than big enough to hold all the accessories that the Daima figures come with. But that line aside, as you can see, we have a nice big window in the front where you can see the figure and some of the accessories that she comes with, a nice contrast of colors with the bright red to match her shirt, some figure photography along the box to show you some of the things that the figure comes with and that it can do. But now, let's get her out the box and take a closer look. So here we have Pan in a vanilla pose straight up and down in the light box. She stands at about 3.5 inches from head to toe. And just looking at the figure, she looks exactly how I remember her from the GT series. She's got a nice bright red shirt with a yellow lining on the neck collar, her off-white colored pants with the black belt and metallic gold belt buckle, as well as her little chain hanging from the belt loop, which has a nice silver paint to it to make it look more metallic. She's got her fingerless gloves, her purplish blue socks, and her Capsule Corp shoes, as well as her orange bandana. Sadly, there's no real paint on the figure other than the chain and the belt buckle, no shading at all, so she's pretty simple in terms of color and paint. Her proportions are nice and look accurate to how she appeared in the GT series. Her head isn't as big as a Dragon Ball Superhero Pan figure, so overall I think this is an accurate representation of how she appeared in the show. But now let's take a look at the accessories. She comes with 3 face plates, an angry shouting face, probably for when she's shooting Ki Blast. She's got a teeth gritting face, and she's got a super happy, excited facial expression. She comes with 3 pairs of hands, other than the fist that comes attached to the body of the figure. She comes with a pair of gripping/fighting hands, open palm Ki Blast hands, or like I like to call them, jazz hands, and then another pair of Ki Blast hands that have a peg in them so you can actually attach the Ki Blast to her hand. She also comes with her cross arms and her blue book bag, as well as swappable hair parts to make it look like her hair is blowing in the wind or when she's powering up. And the last bit of accessories that she comes with is Gil, her little robot that followed her in the show, as well as more GT Goku DLC with a new expression for him. Alright, let's take a look at the articulation on this GT Pan. So we're going to start with the arms like we usually do. So, alright, so this is a little plastic piece right here. Not really a fan of it, but if you kind of finagle under it, there you go. You can get her arms up to about 90 degrees. So that's good. Alright. Does she have bicep rotation? Well, elbow bend right there. So she got that. 90 degrees. Can she rotate? Okay, yeah. So she has bicep rotation under the sleeve. Nice. She have butterfly joints. Kind of. Okay, yeah, so she can cross her arms. As you see, they popping out there, the butterfly joints. So they serve somewhat of a purpose, but, you know, not much. Once again, she's a really tiny figure. Alright. Goes all the way around. So that's good, 360. And I will say, she doesn't feel like cheap or like flimsy or nothing like that, which is good, which is a plus. Alright, so now with her hair, she can't really look up because the back part kind of stops it. She can look down a good amount, so that's good. Can't really do side to side once again because of the back hair pieces, but left to right. So, yeah, I'm sure when you switch it out for the other hair piece, the more flowy one where it kind of looks like her hair's blowing in the wind, it probably adds some more articulation so you can move the head a bit more, but yeah. Alright, you guys already know we're about to check. Crunches. Alright, she has a little bit of a crunch. I'll forgive it because she's a tiny figure, so, you know, obviously doesn't have a lot of space to do that, but yeah, alright, at least she has somewhat of a crunch. It's better than most of these other figures have none. So, and then, you know, you could rotate her from the top of her shirt, but then if you hold it down, she can also rotate at the bottom of the waist. So, you know, I guess 2 waist rotations are good. Why not for the chest? Alright, so let's get her arms out the way so we can look at the legs. And I will say, I do like how the legs look, how it's segmented. Like, it doesn't really bother me too much because it still looks like pants, you know, so I'm fine with this. But alright, she can kick forward pretty good. Alright, kick back at an angle because of the diaper, but at least she can still do it. And that is soft, the back. Not as soft as the Goku, but still soft enough for you to be able to do that. Then she has a thigh rotation right here. Knee bend, which is good. Ankle articulation up and down. Not much of a side to side, very limited because of the socks. I don't know why Tamashii does this, where they basically kind of go backwards. Like, they'll do some figures really good, and then on newer releases they kind of go backwards with the technology they're implementing. I really don't get it, but yeah, leg articulation is good. It's decent for what it is. And can she do a split? Not really, but I'm sure if you finagle it, well, that pops off, but you can do it like that, pop it back in, not a big deal. And you could probably rotate it, there you go, to make it look like a split. Personally, I know people want to see that, but I never really put my characters in that kind of position. You're gonna have a hard time doing it with this leg because of the chain that she has, but overall, that's the articulation of this pan. Head articulation is very minimal because of the hair sculpt. Ankles could be better, but for the size of her and for what she is, it's decent. You know, it's doable. You can get her some good poses, I'm sure. Probably not super dynamic, but you know what? It's alright. I'm sure we can make it work. And here we have Pan with the other 2 GT figures of the trio. GT Goku and GT Trunks, and all 3 of them together look great. The aesthetics, the proportions, they just look right together. Pan isn't too much taller from Goku, which I think is perfect because that's how I remember it from the show. And of course, it's not GT if Super Saiyan 4 is not in the mix. So here she is with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and her grandpa, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And the only villain that we have released from the GT line so far, Super Android 17. Now here we have her with the Daima figures, and as you can see, they all look cute together. They're all about the same size. Her and Daima Piccolo are actually the same exact height, so that's pretty cool. And last but not least, but here we have a group shot of all the GT figures that have been released so far from S.H.Figuarts, and just all around, the GT line looks great. Just the aesthetics, the colors, the proportions, and the height of everybody is spot on so far, and I don't really have any complaints. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball GT Pan. I got this figure a little late, so apologies for the delayed review. I'm probably the last person on earth to review this figure. I ordered mine from Hobby Genkai, which is why it got to me a little late. At retail, the figure was $60. After taxes and shipping, it came out to 72 bucks. Overall, my thoughts on the figure, taking into account the accessories, articulation, the overall aesthetics, I think it's a good figure, and if you're already collecting the GT characters and you want to complete the trio of her, GT Goku, and Trunks, then this is a definite must-have. But if you're not a fan of GT, you can definitely pass on this figure. I'm a completionist, so I had to get it. Is it worth the $60? I don't believe so, but this isn't a mold that's common for Tamashii to make, so I kinda understand why it was a P-Bandai exclusive. I think $50 would have been more than fair. So, taking all that into consideration, using Dragon Balls as a scale from 1 to 7, I'm gonna give her 4 Dragon Balls. Like I said, if you're a completionist, definitely pick her up. If not, you can pass. It's not a bad figure, and it's not the best. With that said, I hope you guys found this review informative. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. Thank you for stopping by my corner of the internet, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.